Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President İlham received Rəsmi Məmmədov due to his appointment as special representative of the president in Laçın district, which is included in East Zangezur economic region. President İlham attended the inauguration of a new administrative building of the State Service and Property Issues under the Ministry of Economy. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan İlham received Rəsmi Məmmədov due to his appointment as special representative of the president in Laçın district, which is included in East Zangezur economic region.
Siz Laçın rayonunda prezidentin xüsusi nümayəndəsi vəzifəsinə təyin edilirsiniz.
Having announced the appointment of Rövşən Məmmədov to the post of special representative of the president in Laçın region, the head of state expressed confidence that he would justify this trust. Stressing that Laçın region is one of the largest regions of the country and has great potential, President İlham said that the former internally displaced persons who will return to Laçın region should live comfortably, and the Azerbaijani state will ensure this. Speaking about the period of occupation for 28 years, when almost the entire infrastructure of the region was destroyed by Armenia, great damage was done to the environment. The head of state noted that a significant part of the 60,000 hectares of forest destroyed, cut down, plundered and sold by Armenians is the forest fund of Laçın region. Recalling the policy of illegal settlement by Armenians in Laçın during the occupation, President İlham stressed that this was considered a war crime in accordance with all international conventions, and the Armenian state has not yet been held accountable for this. Having dwelled on the history of the occupation of Laçın region after the siege of Shusha, the head of state called it a great tragedy for our country and another dirty betrayal of the PFA-Musavat tandem, which aspired to the power at any cost, and surrendering, selling the lands to Armenia was actually an opportunity to implement this dirty intention. The occupation of Shusha and Laçın caused a very serious political crisis in Azerbaijan. Taking advantage of this, the tandem illegally seized power. This opened the way for even greater tragedies. Kəlbəcər was occupied. A geographical connection was established between the territory of the then Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region and the territory of Armenia, which was the main condition of defeating the First Karabakh War, said President İlham Əliyev. We return Laçın both in battlefield and by political means, the head of state said, and recalled that having liberated the southern part of Laçın region, the village of Gülebert, and several other villages during the Second Karabakh War, we entered the Laçın-Xankəndi road. This operation, and at the same time the liberation of the state of Shusha from the Armenian invaders, actually led to the capitulation of the Armenian state. The othermost part of Laçın region was already liberated by political means, and this is our great historical victory, added President İlham Əliyev. Over the years of negotiations, the mediators have always shown a special approach to Laçın region, and Armenia as a whole considered its return to Azerbaijan unacceptable. Although they were not going to leave other regions, the head of state said and stressed that the former OIC Minsk group, while holding negotiating, actually tried to consolidate its occupation. President İlham noted that unfair and negative attitude of France towards Azerbaijan is not accidental, and for 2.5 years after the Second Karabakh War, dirty actions are committed against us, groundless accusations are made, a number of European Parliament resolutions against Azerbaijan are the product of pro-Armenian bribery and anti-Azerbaijani groups, and here the leading role is played by the French deputies. We never imagined that countries could be so hypocritical and deceitful. They can look in your face, say one thing and do another behind the back. The head of state said and added that the anti-Azerbaijani forces saw our unbending will. No one can speak with the language of an ultimatum. We proved this to Armenia in the Second Karabakh War. We proved this to the platforms of Armenia for 2.5 years after the war. We defeated them and once again showed the whole world that we are achieving and will achieve what we want. Stressing that one of the main tasks is both to ensure the security of Laçın region and speed the return of former internally displaced persons there, President İlham said that all the engineering and fortification works of Laçın region along the border with Armenia are at the stage of completion. Roads, including those leading to military positions, were laid. Today we have very advantageous positions in the direction of the Azerbaijani-Armenian border. We're strengthening in these positions and we will remain in these positions, the head of state said, and added that other steps are being taken to ensure the security of Laçın region, which will allow our compatriots to live there comfortably and safe. Having dwelled on the history of the construction of a new road bypassing the city of Laçın and recalling that at the request of the representatives of the Karabakh Armenians, the period for the eviction of illegally residing Armenians from the city of Laçın, the villages of Zabukh and Sus, was extended by 20 days, President İlham touched upon the process of restoring the region, the works within the framework of which have been going on for more than 2 years. Touching upon the restoration process of the Kəlbəcər-Laçın road, the head of state said it's being built from scratch. There will be many tunnels, the length of one of which passing under the Muruv mountain will be about 12 kilometers. Thus, we are also opening the road from the Göygöl region to İzangezur, and the Qapalı-Laçın road is also being built at an accelerated pace. President İlham referred to specific data on the facilities under the construction, noted that all these works should be completed by the end of this year, when thousands of people will live in the city of Laçın. At the same time, a mosque will be built in the city through the Heydar Ali Foundation. In parallel with this, the process of complete reconstruction of the villages of Zabukh and Sus, which will accommodate more than 1,000 and over 300 people respectively, has begun. Stressing that he had already approved a master plan for the villages of Gülebert and Gorcha, the head of state provided concrete data on the number of people settled in them, noted that about 10,000 and maybe more former IDPs would be resettled in Laçın in the coming years, noted that Laçın will become one of the most beautiful cities in Azerbaijan and the world. It will be a piece of paradise. Recalling that Azerbaijan is carrying out all these works on the liberated lands at its own expense, the head of state instructed the special envoy to immediately begin a work, make specific additional proposals for the promising development of the region, creation of jobs and comfortable living for citizens. Stressing that the protection of the environment in Laçın region should be priority and every former internally displaced person who returns should know this, President İlham said that there should be no cases of encroachment on land, destruction of the forest fund and other undesirable situations. We should display zero tolerance to such manifestations. Referring to the use of water resources in Laçın and Kəlbəcər regions, the head of state noted that in general the task was set to increase the capacity of hydroelectric power plants in the liberated regions by the end of this year to 200 megawatts, and in the future it should reach 500 megawatts. President İlham said that a new management method should be introduced and is being introduced in these territories, which in the future should be implemented in all other parts of our country as a new management model, expressed confidence that all this will greatly contribute to the comprehensive development of not only the liberated regions but also of the country as a whole. Expressing gratitude to the head of state for the high confidence placed in him, the special representative of the president in Laçın region, Rəsmi Məmmədov, assured that he would spare no effort to fulfill all the assigned tasks and instructions.
President İlham attended the inauguration of a new administrative building of the State Service and Property Issues under the Ministry of Economy. One more building has been added to the number of high-rise buildings built on the capital in recent years. The new administrative building of the State Property Service under the Ministry of Economy, erected on the avenue named after the great leader Heydar Aliyev, also attracts attention with its modern architecture. Minister of Economy Mikhail Japarov informed the head of state about the conditions established in the building. The premises, reflecting the harmony of Baku architecture and modernity, is designed in modern and postmodern style and has a complex structure. Here, the conditions for comfortable and effective activity of 537 employees are established. The building has a conference hall for 150 people and a meeting room for 25 people, equipped with modern multimedia facilities for various events, as well as meeting rooms for various purposes. The height of 33-story building is 125 meters. The building features parking lot for 153 vehicles in order to ensure the comfort of employees of the service. Each floor of the building is rotated 2.65 degrees relative to the other floor, resulting in a 90-degree twist effect on the facade plane. Another notable feature of the building is that the ground floor, when viewed from above, is built in the shape of a map of Azerbaijan and is surrounded on the eastern side by a decorative pool, Caspian Sea. Creating harmony with the architecture and modernity of Baku, one of the most beautiful and modern cities in the world, which has turned into a large-scale construction site, the new administrative building makes our capital even more beautiful. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.